Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash.
double honors to our elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, push this word, true, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, coming at you another week with some more.
Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right, because the God of the Bible is great and terrible. Somebody can grab that. Right? He's not all love. They tell you in the church, you know, God is good. And then the church will co-sign all the time. And guess what? That's not scriptural. That's not true. That's a lie. Right? I had this conversation with my cousin the other day, man, explaining to him about the left-hand side, right? And he understood and received it, right? Because even he mentioned, well, when the Lord called for all his sons to come, Satan came also. And I'm like, exactly. Duh. Somebody grab that, get that Job real quick, and then somebody get Kings. We're gonna start there. And get is it 1 Kings 22? Yeah. 1 Kings 22. I think it's around 19 when the Lord sets up Ahab. When the Lord sets up this man, this Israelite king to go die, the Lord is orchestrating an assassination on this man. All right? In heaven. For you people that, you know, that think the Lord is good all the time.
A mafia hit.
You all right?
That, you want to do great and terrible in Deuteronomy?
Yeah, any one of them. Just read it, bro.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 17. For the Lord Yahweh, your power, is God of gods and Lord of lords, a great power, a mighty and terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
So he's great and terrible, man. All right? He's not just good all the time. And anyone pushing that is pushing, they're pushing a feel-good doctrine. All right? They're more than likely they're under the 501c3 charter, and they're teaching that feel-good doctrine and that woman-friendly doctrine. All right? Because there's order in this thing. The men of the Lord have a place in the service of the Lord, and the women of the Lord have a place in the service of the Lord, and that place is not to teach at all. 0% of the time. Zero. Zilch.
That's right.
Zero. Shalom. It is not their job. Shalom. It's not their job to teach in the church setting. All right? Go ahead and get what you got, bro.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. It says, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I came to set a man in variance against his father, and daughter against her mother, and daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
And most of you in this truth have experienced that. Because the moment you take this, because when you wake up to this truth, the first people you're going to go to is your family and your close friends. And everybody does it. All right? And usually, they don't receive it. All right, and some families, kind of like, yeah, okay, well, if that's what you believe in, and then some families get hostile against you. The scripture said that he came to divide, not to bring together. This truth actually divides people, man. Because we have a saying here amongst the brotherhood of the Great Millstone, everybody's a Christian until the scriptures come out. And when the scriptures actually start coming out, people aren't used to hearing what's written in the Bible of the great and terrible God. Because they're only talking about God so loved the world. And they're getting that, and they're not getting the understanding on that. And what the word world even means. Right? Because the Lord created 18 nations. All right? 18 nations, and each one of them is a world. So when God says he so loved the world, he was talking about the world of Israel. All right? Not every nation. Okay? You just have to go look up the word world in the Bible and find out what it's talking about. All right? So when God says, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Give me 2 scriptures real quick, and we're going to get right back where we were on. Everything y'all holding, keep holding. Somebody get Isaiah 45 and 7. Get that.
I got it right here.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all things.
Right. So the Lord does all these things. He creates the good and the evil. He said he just creates darkness and light. Right. Okay? John 17:9. And this is the quick slap in the face to the where's our son?
Brother not here.
Hey, we're gonna have to keep that.
Yes,
give
sir.
that to a brother who's here.
Yes, sir.
That I don't want that to happen.
Yes, sir.
He's not to keep the sign anymore. All right, because I want the people driving by to be able to see what's going on. All right. Go ahead, brother.
John 17:9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, that they are thine.
There it is. See, read it again.
John 17:9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
So he says he prayed for them. He prays not for the world. All right. So you got to figure out who the them is and who the world that he's not praying for is. So and that's in John as well. So you can't read John 17:9 and just try to run with it. John 3:16. Slip the water, brother. Slip of the tongue. You can't just read John 3:16. For God so loved the world, and then read it again.
John 17:9. I pray not for them. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. But for them which thou hast given me, that they are thine.
So there it is, man. They are thine. The they is the elect of Israel. Right? That's who he's praying for. That's who he's loved. That's who he died for. For his thine elect, his elect. He didn't die for everyone, man. He died for Israel. Okay? Because the rest of Israel we saw one of them about 6'3", 6'4", 300 pounds wearing
Oh my God.
You know, so he's just big for nothing. All right, but anyway, the Lord didn't. He don't care about the other nations, man. He didn't send the Son to die for them. So anyone pushing that for God so loved the world, that's a Christian fallacy. All right, bring it out, brother.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 24. It says, for in the long garment was the whole world, and in the 4 rows of the stones was the glory of the fathers graven, and thy majesty upon the diadem of his head. Going into what is it called? The garment, the ephod that had the stones on it, man. It had 4 rows of 3 stones each, representing what? The 12 tribes of Israel. It said in the long garment was the whole world. That's the whole world that John 3:16 was talking about, man.
Read it again.
Right. Let's talk about Aaron the high priest.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 24. For in the long garment was the whole world.
There it is. Anybody wearing an ephod by chance? Some brothers had an ephod on their garment. Well, nobody here now, because we just would have had the brother show it on camera. It's basically each of the 12 tribes has a stone that represents the 12 tribes. And some brothers' garments actually have the ephod, on it. But go ahead, brother.
For in the long garment was the whole world, and in the 4 rows of the stones was the glory of the fathers graven, and thy majesty upon the diadem of his head.
So there it is, man. So it was all the So enough on that. We've driven that point home. Now let's get back to the Lord being great and terrible. Right? And the same way he's setting up death and destruction now on earth, he set it up before. Okay? So go
It's
ahead.
the book of Amos 3:6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have not done it?
Go ahead, break it down.
Yeah, things like, the little children getting killed in drive-bys,
mass casualties of people, getting put to death. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the one that orchestrated all of that, man.
Right. Like in the scripture he says, whoever died being innocent, that's a joke, right? He said, whoever perished being innocent. Basically, no one. He's asking you a question mark, like, tell me, whoever perished being innocent. So anyone that dies, Esau can't have that. Anyone who dies, they were not innocent. Okay? Simple as that. All right? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 43, verse 13. Yea, before the day was, I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it? So if Yahweh Yahushua puts someone to death, no one can raise him. Whatever he does, he's the all power.
He can't deliver out of his hand, like he said. If he set it up for you to come to the spirit world, like Samuel told Saul, he told him, today you'll be with me. Samuel was in the spirit world. He was dead already, right? And Saul did some witchcraft to go wake him from his sleep, rest peacefully. He's like, man, why are you disturbing me?
The Lord ain't with you, what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. Well, you think I'm gonna override the Lord? Like, he ain't looking, man. Go ahead. You good. I'll tell him something. I'll distract him. No, man. You know?
It's the book of Psalms 68:20. It says, he that is our power is the power of salvation, and into our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord belongs to issues from death.
Break it up.
Yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, whoever he wants to put to death, he puts to death. Whoever he wants to deliver, he delivers, man.
There it is, man. So the Lord will put you in a predicament. All right, a lot of brothers have been through things. I've been through quite a few things that I shouldn't be standing here. And many other brothers have too. All right, so there's a reason why we still here, man. That was a conversation I had with my cousin. He might be watching right now. All right, because he, man, kind of broke my heart when he started telling me all these things. I didn't even know all this shit had happened to him, man. I'm listening to him and I'm feeling like, damn. In my head, I'm like, fuck, cuz I would have helped you, man. But everything happens for a person. All I know is that he called me on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And I'm rejoicing, man, because when I was a shorty, man, that was my cousin, man. That was my big cousin. My big cousin. You know how you want my cousin, man. That was my nigga, man. All right. But go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, see now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua has orchestrated everything. Issues of life and death. Who he's chosen, he'll have mercy on who he have mercy. Who's slated for destruction. Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white man, you're the vessel fitted for destruction.
That's right.
Bottom line.
They are the sons of perdition. There's nothing they can do to change that.
Yeah.
They have all the money, they got all the control, and it's all about to be snatched from them. They about to cough that shit up.
That's right, vomit it up.
Right? But go ahead and get that king. So he's gonna read to you how the Lord orchestrated death on someone from the heavens, and then sent forth the evil messenger. Somebody get one evil messenger that sent them forth to do the bidding. Go ahead and read, brother.
This is the 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 19. He said, hear those, therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right hand, on his left.
So he saw them on his right hand, all the hosts of heaven, on the right hand and on the left. Well, there are plenty of scriptures, somebody can grab one, where it says that Yahushua, the Savior, the King, sits at the right hand of the Father. All right? And so, but he said the left-hand side. Well, guess who's sitting at the left-hand side? Somebody get Job 2 and 1, the first chapter and the second chapter. It's in there twice. I got it. Because when the Lord called the sons of heaven, guess who came along? But the Christians taught you that he was kicked out of heaven. Right? So, and he still was called a son. Okay?
This is the book of Job. It's the book of Job, chapter 2, verse 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Yahweh. And Satan came also among them to present himself. before Yahweh.
So Satan came also? I thought he was kicked out of heaven. All right? And he called him a son?
Yep.
Read it again. I want to be sure I heard what I heard. Don't you make sure you people heard it too.
This is the book of Job, chapter 2, verse 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Yahweh. And Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahweh.
There it is, because Satan is also a son of God, and he was not kicked out of heaven. He is not against the Father. He is not some rogue entity where the Lord is walking back and forth, his hair receding like mine, worrying about, so what Satan gonna do in here? I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. No, he's not. Satan is an obedient servant of the Lord who operates on the left-hand side for the Lord. You cannot have good without evil. You cannot have up without down. You can't have left without right. You can't have hot without cold. You're right. The Moabites, the Chinese, refer to it as yin and yang. All right?
Just going into how the elders going into the angels, the hosts of heaven, man, they all in subjection unto Yahweh Shah. And the Lord also gave that unto Yahweh.
Yeah, they're perfect. They are perfect servants, perfect. Because guess what? When we get changed, we're gonna have that same perfectness in us. Well, we can't even sin. That's the part of the second covenant, and we're not there yet for these idiots, these guys who shouldn't be teaching, who out there teaching. Who got set up by Esau? All these guys under the 501c3 charter. That's those people with all the tax exemptions. These churches, they all teach lies, man, because they have to teach a government Edomite accepted doctrine, which is full of fraud, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Luke chapter 22 and verse 69. It says, hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of Yahweh.
So there it is, man. So who the world ignorantly and fraudulently calls Jesus Christ sits at the right-hand side of the Father. All right? Satan sits at the left-hand side. And he was reading about the host of heaven, because Satan is the commanding general over the evil angels, over the evil messengers. And when they go to do evil, they're not in rebellion against the Lord. And Satan did it. Well, if Satan did it, the Lord told him to.
Right.
All right? Something about Satan made me do it. Well, that means the Lord not with you. All right? Because he sent Satan to whisper in your ear, and then you listen to him instead of listening to the Father.
Quick point.
Right? And guess what? And then and Satan will reward you. He'll reward you and give you shit, and then he'll go skip it. He got that I'm going to tell spirit. And he'll go right to tell the Lord what your wicked ass did. All right?
Quick point with Job. He had to ask Yahweh for permission. He just didn't go do it, and there was boundaries that he couldn't pass. And he said the second time he said you can't kill him. So he needed permission.
This is Job 2.
And the mic was deep as hell today.
This is Job 2 and 4. And Satan answered Yahweh, then skin for skin. Yeah, all that a man has will he give for his life. But put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahweh said to Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. So like Lieutenant Yasharala was saying, man, Job, he was still in the Lord's hand. The Lord told Satan, hey, you can do what you want with him.
You can do it, you just can't kill him.
Yeah, you can't kill him.
Which means if Satan is given a green light to smoke your ass, you get smoked. Right. And it came from the Lord, right? Because he had to ask permission to go after Job. And then the Lord said, go ahead. Basically, they had a bet going. They had a bet going, like in the movie Trading Places, right? Hold on. Let's let the Rough Riders. The migrant section of the Rough Riders go back.
That's where our tax dollars went.
I was gonna say the same thing happened to who? King Saul. It said that the spirit of the Lord left him, and the Lord sent the evil spirit onto Saul.
Yes, there. Read it.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, And I'm gonna start at verse 22.
Perfect.
It says, and Saul sent to Jesse, saying, let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. And it came to pass when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul, that David took in heart.
When the evil spirit that was from who?
The Most High.
Was upon who?
Saul.
Wait, so read that again slowly so that they can hear.
And it came to pass when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul.
It's like we always say, everybody's a Christian until the scriptures come out. And I can only imagine, and you on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
I can only imagine the scoffing going on over there. Because these people are running their mouths and don't know what the hell they talking about.
At all.
What they need to do is shut up, shut up, get a notepad and a pen, and start writing stuff down, writing down scriptures, right? Looking up scriptures, looking up the meaning of words. Learn, shut your damn mouth. Go ahead, brother.
And it came to pass when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul, that David took in heart and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
So the Lord gave David the skill and the power to make the evil spirits go away from Saul. But those spirits that came on Saul were sent by the Heavenly Father, that y'all say love the whole world. That's a lie. Everything we brought, has counted what the West has taught the whole world as far as Christianity is concerned. All right? The same way Putin put up those ancient relics that predate Renaissance art that got these Edomites mad, and their kitties hurt. All right? I don't want to say the other word. All right? Because, TikTok soft, so they'll shut them down. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalm 78 and 49. I'm going to start at 49. And this is Yahweh Shah let loose on the Egyptians, you know what I mean, for the Israel's sake. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
There it is, man. Okay? So now let's go back to that Kings, because the reason we're bringing all this out is because the things that are happening in the world and what's about to happen again. All the death and destruction that happened in the past is going to be but a little thing compared to what's about to happen now. All right? And I am hoping that whatever, because they didn't open up CERN, the brother showed that they have a mini CERN here in Chicago, and now there's a mini CERN that's spinning right now. So who knows what sort of apparitions and evil angels that are coming through there, coming in these strange appearances and stuff. You have no idea what's going to go on when this eclipse happens, all right? And if the power and the lights go out, so be it. He said he came to bring the pain. Bring it, right?
This is 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And
so at this point, all you people who watch it should understand the difference between the right hand side and the left hand side at this point. Continue, Papa Shah.
Verse 20, and the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?
Ramoth Gilead. So he said, who shall persuade Ahab that he should go up and die in this battle, right? And so what happens?
And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord, and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth. I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
You hear that? So he's going to be a lying spirit in the mouth of all Ahab's prophets. So they're going to prophesy to Ahab that, you're going to win this battle. And so Ahab is going to go to that battle and die, and whatever men are sanctioned to die with him are going to die with him. And what happened?
And he said, those shall persuade him, and prevail also, go forth and lose his soul.
up. You be there a long ass time. Go ahead, brother.
And he said, those shall persuade him and prevail also.
Go back a little bit further.
And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth. I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, those shall persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
Right, so the Heavenly Father told this lying spirit, this evil messenger, that he controls, by the way, all right, to go forth and be a lying spirit. Go ahead and do it. He listened to his plan. He said, wherewith? And he said, I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. All right? And so his prophet's going to go. He's going to go to his advisory board. Should we fight this battle? Should we go to this battle? And his prophet is going to say, yeah, go for it. You're going to have victory. You're going to win. And so he's going to be all Captain Morgan. And he's going to go get the slave. He's going to go lose. He's going to be the one with a foot on him. All right? He's not going to make it, man. All right? And what we're telling you, not what we're trying to tell you, what we're telling you is that that's what's happening now with Esau all over again. Esau's making all these plans to destroy us. They're lying about they want to keep with the black. I don't see nobody out here black. All right? All right? He dark as hell. He still ain't black. Matter of fact, he wearing a black coat. That's about the most black that I see out here, man. With different shades of brown. From very light colored brown to a very chocolate colored brown. Right? There's no such thing as black people. That is some shit that they made up. That's a very racist shit that they made up so that they can control the narrative. There's no black and white people. This sweatshirt is white. Nobody's skin is that color. Con, you gotta get loud, brother. So they can hear you.
Speak up.
I say even with chocolate, you got regular chocolate and then you got dark chocolate. Ain't no black chocolate.
Yeah, it's still brown.
And if there was, they probably wouldn't want to use it.
Yeah, the darker, because milk chocolate is like a lighter brown, and then you got dark chocolate, and dark chocolate is still brown. Right? And the stronger it is, it gets darker, but it's still brown. Chocolate is brown.
Even with vanilla extract is brown color.
That was Esau couldn't. That was some racist shit right there too. Because the simple fact is, the ice cream was created by a so-called black man, right? And the two most popular flavors is chocolate and vanilla. And they so chocolate was a big hit. It was like, damn, we can't have two this color. So they bleached vanilla to make it the color it is. Because vanilla is actually dark brown, very dark brown. And it's funny because I went to high school with a girl named Vanilla, and she was just as dark as this one. And that was the joke because we were stupid and didn't know any better. Her parents knew. That's why they named her Vanilla. All right? But, it's like, damn, girl, you ain't nowhere near Vanilla. Vanilla was cool people too. Fine chocolate sauce.
Those shall persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
Yeah. So the Lord sent that angel to go forth and do so, to orchestrate death among men, heroes.
Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets.
Wait, the Lord did what?
The Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets.
He put a lying spirit in the mouth of all their prophets, and they still lying to this day. Talking about God so loved the world and God loved everybody. God don't hate. Yo, dumb ass. Shut up. Told you to get a pen and pad and start writing down and start taking down notes and write down scripture so that you can actually learn. Take advantage of this because they're gonna shut it down. All right? Why do you look like Sasha Cole?
Poor rat.
And that dude is Jake for the record too. And he wanted them fake what.
Right.
But that dude really a Jake. If you know how to read spirit.
And the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee, but Zedekiah, the son of Kenaniah.
That's good, brother. The point has been made. The Lord has spoken evil, and the Lord is speaking evil again. He's bringing evil upon the earth. These earthquakes, these pestilence. So let's not start talking about all these things that are happening. There's so much happened just in the last few 4 days. It's hard to even keep up, man. All right, you know, the JOOs, the small hats, the U wishes, the big noses, whatever you want to call them. You know, they keep bombing people and destroying shit without consulting with the people who supposedly are over them. And you know why? Because there's no one over them. Because Amalek rules is at the head of the nation of Edom, and Esau rules the world right now. And if you can't see at this point period in time that those people over there in our land are ruling America and the rest of the NATO, all right, if you can't see that they're in control, all right, because of, you got the ADL, APAC, the what's the other, whatever it's called. You got all these different organizations. It's all them, right? The ADL was nothing but an intelligence gathering organization for those people over there, all right, here in America. APAC is another organization that's of a foreign entity here in America controlling policy. Why do they get to choose what's hate speech here in America? What's this and that and the other? And often the things that they say isn't hate speech at all, it's just facts. And so, and facts hurt people whose whole existence is based upon lies. How dare you tell them? All right, exactly. That's pretty much what it comes down to. How dare you be over there speaking all this truth and shit? All right, when we're standing upon these lies. Because they keep slipping and busting their ass because their lies is being pulled from up under them. All right? You know, I did a couple of videos, and they were called, what's the condition of Judeo-Christianity now that these relics have been presented? How are you going to explain away these dark icons from the 1300s? All right? And guess what? They're talking about those relics that Putin shows you. The men of the Lord been showing you took them way before him. And they were showing you even older ones. Ones from the 8th century, ones from the 6th century. How are you going to explain away all these black, so-called black people, as you call them, in rulership in the 6th century, in the 7th century, in the 8th century, in the 9th century? So what does that tell you? That's telling you that all these shows that you make about the Vikings, that you make about the Celts, that you make about the Iberian Peninsula, they're all lies. They're all lies. The Vikings were not white people, right? The Brits were not white people. The Scots were not white people. They weren't. All the relics show them. Okay? And then you got what's that book? The Negro Question Part 4. You got that book? Okay, kind. But I'm trying to, Professor Boyd Dawkins, the Wadi Al-Bashar. I was trying to remember his name, the Lord gave it to me. Professor Boyd Dawkins. You can look it up, write it down, especially you TikTok people. Boyd Dawkins, all right? Professor Boyd Dawkins had what do you call it when they have the gathering, all the college people, all the educated people, when they come and speak before the crowds? In Manchester, yeah, there's a word for it, but it's you know, when you have a guest speaker that comes and speaks in a well, you could call it that. Nevertheless, he spoke before the crowd of all these educated people, all these educated minds, all these people with PhDs and degrees, right? Professor Boyd Dawkins, and I think it was in 1889. The year, I could have the year wrong, but it was in 1889, and he spoke before them, and the evidence that he presented in this hall in Manchester, all right, that's over there in Britain. The evidence that he presented is that there were black mosques all over Europe, all over Spain, all over Scotland, all over Ireland, all over Britain. That these black mosques and their animals were dug up all over Asia, basically. Because that's why they say Eurasia, because Europe is actually a part of Asia, it's the same landmass. So is the Middle East and Southwest Asia. All right, can't forget to slap in the face with that. So they try to separate Europe. They try to separate Europe from Asia and the so-called Middle East from Asia. That's all Asia. All right. In the book of the Maccabees, it talks about Spain and Asia in the same in the 8th chapter. It's talking about how they were in Asia and they came from Spain. Wait a minute, Spain is in Asia. Duh. All right? So anyway, but Professor Boyd Dawkins, talking for all these college-educated professors and people, yeah, that's him. So he spoke about how, you can put that before the camera, and basically he talked about all the black bodies that were found all over Europe. Okay, they weren't Africans.
Got it.
You understand? So they pushed this false narrative that the Africans were selling other. No, Africans, Hamites, a different race of dark people, right, were selling Negroes, or people that they newly called Negroes, right? Because the name Negro, in case you didn't know, that was the name first form for the Native Americans. In case you didn't know that. All right, the copper color, we already did. We got a penny again, somebody break out a penny. All right, the copper colored Native Americans. All right, because if you get an old oxidated penny and put it up to the skin of damn near every brother out here, keep your hand down. Look at that. Give me another brother. Give me another hand. Look at that. The Native Americans were referred to as copper-colored people. All right, give me another hand. Look at that.
That was damn near the same.
Okay, copper-colored people, man. Right? Hey, man, you can't get around that. I know y'all hate it. But the truth is the truth, man. The truth is the absolute truth. The truth shall be spoken. The water, brother. And that's right, because it doesn't fit their narrative. And you know what the funny thing is, had Edomites, so-called white people, just told the truth about the past, they wouldn't be having all these issues with it right now. All right? But, you know, prophecy had to be fulfilled. It had to be fulfilled. If they just would have told the truth about what?
Hate speech.
Where's the hate?
For the copper penny? The copper penny was hate speech.
Wow.
Bring it out, brother. That's why I don't fuck with TikTok, man. I just stay on Malcolm.
This is the
You know, the Edomites, all right, that's what it is. They started complaining, getting all the complaint fights.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, starting at verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Yeah, see, that was hurt. Them niggas was put. Them niggas kitties was hurt. Right? Right. The truth smacked them so hard, man, they got angry.
This is what Boyce Walker said.
Okay, hold that. Let them finish this.
As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
And that's what we're doing. We're declaring it boldly, man. We're declaring we're standing in the face of our enemies. That's why they hate us and they're going to come for us. And we welcome it. Because ain't no running from this thing. We in this fight already. All right? You know, hey, look, I don't care who you are. Before every fight, there is a sense of nervousness. All right? And it's not always nervous. That you're going to get hurt or lose. It's nervousness that you're not going to perform your best. All right, that's what the nervousness is about. Like, damn, I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to make a mistake. All right, and I say this because I'm speaking from experience. All right, I'm speaking from experience. But the truth of the matter is that these people, they're afraid of a fight. And the truth is the worst fight for them. Because you can't fight the truth, because the truth stands for itself. All right, you don't need to orchestrate laws and alphabet organizations to form, to disguise that you're for human rights and goodness, when all you're really trying to do is searching what they just did on TikTok. For anyone to say anything that exposes the lie that you're living upon. To say, oh, well, that's hate speech. Because wasn't no hate speech saying this. And they did it right there when I said something about the and right after there was something else I said. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. That pissed me off though, because they did that shit to me so many times during the live. And it really makes you angry. So,
I got an excerpt.
and I want you to send that to me too, also.
Yes, sir. This is an excerpt. It's called Our Iberian Forefathers.
Iberian forefathers, okay? The Iberian Peninsula, that's where you get the word Ibar. All right, Hebrew, those were your Celts, those were your true Irish, your true Scots. All right, and they were put out of Ireland and Scotland by Oliver Cromwell, all right, who was a so-called white man who removed all these black people from Scotland and Ireland. All right, and those were your royal families, the actual royals. Okay, and they got sent into slavery, many of them, and some of them were sellouts and came and went to other parts of Europe and came to the Americas and were called the Huguenots. All right, and the Huguenots actually helped set up America, and they actually owned slaves of their own people. The Huguenots were really pieces of shit.
Bougie ass niggas.
They bougie ass, them happy wife, happy life type niggas. You know, you can think of who said that. You can think of what big lip nigga said that. Go ahead.
It says, on January 18th, 1879, Professor William Boyd Dawkins of Owens College, Manchester, delivered a public lecture.
That's the lecture I'm talking about. So it's 1879. I said 89, didn't I? It's 79. Go ahead.
It says, in the City Science Lectures for the People series on our earliest ancestors. These were not, as many may have been expected, the Germanic Anglo-Saxons or even the pre-Roman Celtic Greeks.
Which also backs up, it also backs up the letter that Benjamin Franklin wrote in 1751. When he talked about the inhabitants of Sweden, of Germany, of different parts of Europe being swarthy in complexion. But guess what swarthy was? Kind of like that complimented. And the men who stood there.
That's crazy. What the fuck is going on? That nigga Drew, Steven Tyler.
Damn. All right, we're going to get it, brother.
It says, they were instead, so this is talking about the Iberian forefathers, right? It says they were instead a much older and stranger people recently unveiled through the new field of prehistory.
So basically, at the Wadi Al-Bashina Shah, I was hoping to speak on this, and the Lord brought it out. American and Western history in general is all redacted and omitted history. And Putin proved that to the whole world when he opened up that vault and displayed all those icons, which he only waited to do was a blow to the fake you-know-who's, to the JOOs, and also to the British royalty, who also could supposedly be connected to the JOOs, because that is like, well, if these were the royals, these were those old people that you said that you go back to. Who the fuck are you? Right. Right. We get the Conor McGregor sound right. You know, who the fuck was this guy? You know? Okay, Con. Let him read that, then you're gonna bring that right on up.
It says,
this is good today. This is hot. The brothers participate. I want to see the brothers jumping in like they were on. Next week, I'm gonna sit back. Y'all gonna teach. Go ahead.
It says, the pre-Celtic populations of Neolithic Britain, the positivistic methods of racial anthropometry had classed them as long-skulled, short-statured, dark complexion, akin to the Basques of the Iberian Peninsula.
There you go. So the people in the Iberian Peninsula were related to the rest of the people in the part of Asia that they now call Europe.
Exactly.
You just learned something. Even those dumbasses that on TikTok. And now, the smart ones, I hope, are going to go look it up. All right? Because I know some people who weren't scoffing. Okay? But you know, with some booty hole, butthole Edomite, gang of them, scoffers, and they like following Yasharallah. Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says Dawkins, however, they were not merely a historical curiosity or a ghoulish example of primeval savagery. Dawkins was quite adamant that their descendants can still be found in certain regions of the country and that they have played an important, even crucial part in the nation's development.
That's why we tell you, I said they omit history about Jacob, about the so-called black man's contributions to the building of Europe and the building of America. They omitted the history and they redacted the history, all right? And Putin slapped you in the face with it, but guess what? We've been slapping you in the face with it way before him. All right, way before him. But we bringing out those black icons of the Lord and of the saints, of the disciples of Paul and Moses, etc., etc. We were showing you way before him. All right.
Just real quick, when the TikTok video Putin showing the dark icons, when you share like off like different platforms, they label it as misinformation. You know, you try to click on a video. You know, it's Esau trying to basically trying to hide the truth.
And here's the thing, that doesn't work anymore. When they label and stuff misinformation, after going through the damage,
Right. Exactly.
people are like, nah. When they try to label something, that's the worst thing you can do at this point, because that's going to make more people look. All right, and only the people with extreme cognitive dissonance, and like the people who were there on TikTok, they got angry at the proof that was being brought out against their cause. Okay? They get mad at the truth, man. This is misinformation. What about all the other ones that are older than that in the other parts? What about Professor Boyd Dawkins?
Right.
All right? We're going to bring those out after he reads this. So now we're going to go back even further to 1751.
This is an article called Observations Concerning the Increase of Mankind.
It's actually a letter.
A letter, Salakia. Peopling of Countries, etc. by Benjamin Franklin. And I'm going to jump down to the point at point 24. It says, which leads me to add one remark, that the number of purely white people in the world is proportionally very small. All Africa is black or tawny. Asia, chiefly tawny.
Tawny is swarthy. Negroes are swarthy. That's why they replaced the word swarthy with black. All right? Because swarthy is completely talking about complexion. Black can mean evil, dirty, nasty, all that. That's why they call you black. See, when you're not, your skin is nowhere near black, but they call you black. Go ahead.
America, exclusively of the newcomers, wholly sold.
Wholly sold. America was wholly sold. Copper colored, tawny, swarthy people. Read.
And in Europe, the Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, and Swedes are accepted.
So I guess that's misinformation too. You see, these alphabet organizations that were small, that belong to the small hats, they're the misfucking information.
Right.
They're the lying pieces of shit.
That's right.
All right? Small hats, the J-double-O's. You know?
But with the English make the Salakia. Damn. All right, Russians and Swedes are generally of a swarthy complexion. Also, the Germans also.
So all across Asia, all right? Eurasia, Asia, was swarthy people. All right? Prior to the rule. This is after the fall of Rome. Because Rome fell at the hand of these very swarthy people. These are the people that brought Rome down. And then they ruled for 1,000 years. And when Esau came back into power, they tried to whitewash, omit, and redact that history and hide it. All right, go ahead. So why would white Russians bring out relics of black people and it's disinformation? That's just like how they try to say that ISIS attacked inside of Russia. Was when you know in the places where these places come from are places that are actually in league with Russia. It makes absolutely no sense. You know, saying that the Syrians did in Russia, in Syria, helping the Syrians. So in return, they gonna go run up to Russia and fuck some shit up. Yes, absolutely absurd. It's retarded. Go ahead, brother.
The Saxons only expected who with the English make the principal body of white people.
Which was a complete lie. Professor Boyd Dawkins proved that. Go ahead.
Make the principal body of white people.
They were the new Brits. Exactly. The new, exactly. Because even the royal family said that they were the new royalty. So who was the old? Well, President Putin showed them to you. The men of the Lord showed them to you years before him. Read.
On the face of the earth, I could wish their numbers were increased, and while we were, as I may call it, scouring our planet by clearing America of woods, and so making this side of our globe reflect a brighter light.
You think of Yellowstone, that brighter light complexion. They were removing all the trees. I told you I watched a documentary that said America was so heavily wooded that a squirrel could travel from California to New York without ever touching the ground. So that's a lot of deforestation. And along with that deforestation came the extermination of all the copper-colored people. Many of them they started calling Negroes. There's a lot of you so-called black people that aren't so-called black at all. You're really Native American. That's true. It's very true. Okay, go ahead.
To the eyes of inhabitants in Mars or Venus, why should we in the sight of superior beings darken his people?
So he was holding on to that pagan bullshit from the Roman Empire. He talking about Mars and Jupiter, but I thought they set up Christians. They said in God. They set up America. They said in God we trust. Right? We're very there. So they let you know they're all Masons and pagan worshipers and idolaters, witches and warlocks, man. Those are the forefathers that set up America. And God we trust wasn't talking about the Heavenly Father. Right? Talking about something else. Okay? That's good. The point has been made. So that was a letter that Ben Franklin wrote in 1751. All right? So because Europe still had a lot of so-called black people in positions of rulership at that time. All the different parts of Europe. Right? And because you look at television and read history books learned in the 19th century, and you would think that Europe was a whole different separation from Asia, and that it was the home of so-called white people. And it's not. Their home is Mount Seir. Right. All right? And they're relics to prove that. They don't want to talk about those relics. All right? Go ahead, bring this one out.
Yeah, pretty much the title is Early Man in Britain and His Place in the Tertiary Period. All right, William Boyd Dawkins, 1880. And
that's where you get the four tetrarchs, the tertiary period. Go ahead.
And it says, the boss of the present day are as might be expected from the many invasions they have undergone, by no means uniform, but the researches of Dr. Broker prove that the real boss stock was small in nature, dark in complexion.
This cripple bitch over talking shit and moving the brothers.
Get y'all soft ass out of here. That's what he said. Yeah. That shit shows her soft funky ass. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
But we the problem.
Yeah.
Nah, y'all the fucking problem, man.
Right.
She still doing
She's showing her ass. And dude like that used to be the head of a camp. That's the spirit, huh? Edom. He used to be the that ain't.
That's another nigga.
I thought that was the dude that was trying to get sick.
Let him alone.
That's all.
Yeah, it says Early Man in Britain, 1880 by William Boyd Dawkins. All right, it said the researches of Dr. Broker proved that the real boss stock was small in nature, dark in complexion, with black hair and eyes, and with a long head. and one thing about this document is that they talk about the Etruscans, all right, which they said were French, and they called them Swarthy.
The Etruscans are the true Europeans. And the Etruscans, the Etruscans are what you call today the Hawaiians, Samoans, Polynesians. You know, the Rock's mother. His mother's people. Because the Rock is a people. Right. It's a Judah. Which is obvious. He got too much soul, too much flavor, too much star power. You know, because ain't no Japhetic person gonna get that other star power.
This is that the Etruscans belong to the same non-Aryan stock.
There it is, man. And then let's go to show you, the Aryans were really the Indian people. You know, they call Allah Yahweh Shalak Rayam on that bitch, and I hope that she, all right, that when her judgment comes, it happens out here in front of everybody.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, so you Edomites are irrelevant, to say the least.
Now this old loudmouth Northern Kingdom bitch.
Oh no, we're talking
Want
about
to open her mouth, right?
But I like the fact that her man don't even want to walk with her. He's like, shit, I ain't her.
He was actually trying to tell her to shut up.
Right, at first, yeah.
Bring it out, bro.
This is Deuteronomy 33 and 29. It says, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee.
So that's what's happening. The enemies are being found liars, and there's an information war. Remember, a few years back, that was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Hillary Clinton said that, right? There's an information war, and we're losing, right? And what's happening is that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he has lost control of his narrative, right? He wants to keep his false narrative, he can't have it. He wants to keep his false narrative, and he can't do it, all right? He's lost it, he's gone, all right? It's over.
Right. And thou shalt tread upon their high places. Go ahead.
No, we're treading upon their high places. When you put up, matter of fact, when you saying that Henry and Harry and Charles are the royal families, no, the relics that came before them were like this, right?
Those are the relics.
And I said that scripture comes out every week, multiple times, and especially at the stage we are now. Well, here's the reason why they want to censor the internet and control everything, because they don't want truth coming out. And then they call truth a conspiracy and all this other mess. All right, and the truth of the matter is that truth makes a certain demographic of America in the West very uncomfortable. Right? It makes a certain group of people very uncomfortable. So they would rather not be saved. Shut them up, get them off our street corner. But they can't until the Lord allows them to. And the thing is that here's the thing. This is how the Lord got them in the trick bag. Because when they finally do get us off the street corners, it's not going to be good for them.
That's right.
So when we get shut up, it's going to get even worse for you. All right? And we're tired of coming out here because we're tired of talking to you. All right? We're tired of getting scoffed by our own people. You know, it's like I get mad when Edomites scoff, but the flip side of it is I expect that from them.
Right.
What really is aggravating is when our own people scoff. This broke bitch just taking her 5 minutes to cross the street and another 5 minutes to get to the corner, and she's still talking shit. She's talking shit to them now. She still ain't shut up. And she remind me of that nigga. First he was on a crutch, then he was in a walker like her, then he was in a wheelchair. Now he just cracked out, sleeping on the streets, man. That's what she had. Right? And she's got a pretty face and long hair. She can't run, so when the dude's gonna clap her, they're just gonna bend her cripple ass this way, bend her cripple ass that way, right? Step on her head.
She could be cursing.
Right?
You bitch ass nigga. Earlier we was talking about
Y'all taking turns violating me. Y'all some bitches. Shut up. You ain't talk with your mouth full. Figure it out. Yeah, you damn right she gonna stand for it. Bitch, you can't stand up. You can't stand up without a walker. And running on my crowd. And how could this? She proud as hell. That shit is amazing.
most prideful of our people. You don't see our people that's broke up, have limbs missing, and got all types of defects on TikTok, praising Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But you do see them scoffing, man.
Go ahead. I got a scripture to back you up. This is Psalms 85 and 11, just to back the elder up. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. And that's basically what's going on now. And Putin is a sign of that by opening up those vaults, even though what he's doing is nothing new. The prophet's been out there all the way down to Apostle Tahar and Aramla. They've been down there for years bringing out this truth, but a poor man's wisdom is despised.
God. And that truth springing out of earth is talking about the relics that are dug up and found. All right? Just like the same way Professor Boyd Dawkins was able to find identify all those mosques all over the Iberian Peninsula, match the ones that were in Britain, that were in other parts of Asia. All right? They were able to find relics from Canada to Brazil. All right? Of Hebrew relics, showing you that these people came from the east, right? And then upon the examination of their skulls, right, because they killed so many of us, they were able to find that, wait a minute, these people's skulls, they have the same tooth markings in their mouth that Negroes have. So if Negroes are African, why don't the Africans have those markings in their mouth? So how is it that a Mexican and a Negro have the same markings in their mouths, but Africans don't have them? Duh. All right? Because they're the same people. They came from the same place in the ancient world. All right? And we tired of you scoffers running your mouth but don't know what the hell you're talking about. Some black to African shit. Dumbass up.
I got one real quick, Elder.
Bring it up.
This is the book of Luke 12 and 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known."
Man, the Lord is taking the cover off everything. All right? You don't want to go play. You don't want to play hide and seek with the Lord, man. He gonna reveal your ass. All right? What you got?
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua as the waters cover the sea. Right, and it's truth, man. This truth is gonna fill the earth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like dude, that's what my cousin called Satan. Yeah, dude be trying to jack you up. I finally caught on with him. That's what he prefer, right? And guess what? Dude out there busy, man. Trying to trap you up, trip you up, and sift you away from this truth. All right? Dude do be busy. All right? He cracked me up with that. Dude. Go ahead, brother.
Well, that was the
You got one, brother?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy in his mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. And that's what the Lord's men is doing now. They're pulling out all that shit that y'all was lying about. All the relics is bringing it out. Putin's bringing it out. You can't hide anymore. You are not the people. The true Hebrew Israelites are the Native Americans, Latino Americans, and African Americans here scattered throughout the world. And the Lord is pulling back the curtain, showing the whole world.
Yeah.
And he's doing it right in front of y'all faces. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yep, that cast that you covered, covering up and saying this people is it, gave everybody new names. You created nationalities, just gave names. All trying to hide from the names on this sign here. All right, from Edom all the way down to Japheth, trying to hide from the true biblical nationalities that the Lord gave the nations of the world. All right, you're trying to hide from that. Okay. And you made up all this other stuff that you could fit into category. You know, Esau likes to categorize everything. Right? That's what it said. What's that? Matter of fact, get that. We're gonna get rid of rap. We're gonna tell them brothers 10 minutes. Bring it out.
This is 2 Corinthians 13:8 says, "For we can do nothing against the truth but for the truth."
Right.
Just going into Esau and all his lies, his philosophies, it was meant for him to do that. He's doing his job, and now he thinks that he's going to do something against the prophecies, man. Hey, it's just a trick that
Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his anointing. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
And who does that? These alphabet organizations that's of that foreign country that's ruling over America. And Americans are allowing it to happen. You know, the ADL, APAC, and all these other groups, man. They're controlling policy in the Federal Reserve. That's all them. And how is it anti anything pointing out something that's factually true? Where's the slander at? What, huh?
It's hate speech.
Yeah, right.
It's hate speech.
It's like, hey, dude, you got on the right, you got a shoe on your right foot. Well, that's hate speech.
Right.
Right. How dare you assume my
Right, exactly. That's how, right, he's anti-left foot. He's talking about my right foot. You know, he's an anti-something. Still stupid ass something.
And that word accuser is categorizer and accuser.
Right. So they categorize. All right, and they want to put you in categories of their liking to fit their narrative. And that's what it is. And the Lord is removing all of that, man. He's removing it. As a matter of fact, you got something?
Yeah, just hey, Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also.
Ooh.
That thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Right, so you put it to make me drunk. And I'm drunk on whiteness and blackness. I'm drunk on Asian. I'm drunk on Hispanic. I'm drunk on Christianity. Right. All those are lies to control the narrative, man. Okay? That's all it is a bunch of religious lies.
Verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord, Yahweh's right hand, shall be turned unto thee.
Right, and hey, look, if your foreskin being uncovered, you ultimately exposed.
Yes, right. A little mangy red meat.
Right. Your little disease, small meat that didn't grow up with the rest of you. You got a grown man body with a child's meat.
And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Yeah, like that fake image of that David over there.
Yeah.
Right?
That's pure black.
Big ass body with that baby meat.
Yeah. That's madness.
All right, it's madness, man. Okay. Yeah, get that wisdom of Solomon, man, because this is where we are, right here. Bring it up, brother.
This is the book of wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Right, so we're standing in great boldness before the face of those who have afflicted us. All right?
And made no account of his labor.
They made no account of our labors. We just shared with you how these same melanated people built all Western society and they really get no credit for it, including Europe and America. Go ahead.
It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
And so now they're troubled with terrible fear, and they try to say, oh, that's disinformation. That's, oh, you're anti this, you're anti that, you know? Oh, that's a conspiracy.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
But you wait till the Lord show up and brothers get them bright word powers. They start talking about take the world. They start figuring out the Hebrew. All right?
Yeah. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
Yeah, for the things that they put on the news heavily over the last 8 months that they call UAPs and UFOs. All right? And when you see that the pilots of those vehicles look just like us, and that they are us, and when they start coming to rescue people out of the destruction and the death down here, they're only coming to get people that look like us, for the most part. All right? And those of our people that are scattered, that look like the other nations as well. But all of the elect, that is. That's right. There's going to be certain people getting raised up, and certain people that are being left behind in destruction, and everybody's going to see it.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit.
And this is basically, you know, what the Christians mess up horribly when they try to talk about the rapture. Okay? This is the closest thing to a rapture you're going to get. when the Israelites, not everybody, are raised up from the destruction that's happening here in Babylon.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves.
And that's when they finally gonna come to the point to, damn, we shouldn't have told all these lies. Because it's gonna look real bad, you know, when all these organizations, all these alphabet organizations that are formed to suppress and oppress us. And not only us, the rest of the world as well.
That's right.
Right? But us mainly. All right? When they're forced to admit we are frauds, they are the people, because that day is coming.
Oh, no question.
And some of them are already doing it.
Yep.
They're just not doing it mainstream. Because, you know, the small hatters, they control the mainstream. Go ahead.
Shall say within themselves, this was he, whom we had sometimes in derision.
And they had us in derision a long time. Read.
And a proverb of reproach.
A proverb. That was a prophecy that we will be called by Proverbs bywords. What's a byword? When you call someone by something that they're not. Like when you call an Israelite black.
Right.
Or when you call them a Hispanic. You know? You call them a native. You call them a Puerto Rican. You know, an Ecuadorian. Right? Go ahead.
We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the faith. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth.
There it is, man. And so they're going to be forced to admit, damn, those are the saints. And we've erred away from it. And they're going to be paying for it horribly, man. Horrifically. Because their end is going to be without honor. Matter of fact, let's make that the last scripture. All right? Their end shall be without honor. That's Amalek. And Amalek is the head of the house of Esau. So when Amalek falls, all of Esau falls with him. All right? And the crazy thing is that the rest of Esau going to be trying to get at Amalek. Because they going to feel like, you know, y'all the ones that did this shit. Y'all should have just left them alone.
It says, we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
Con. Anybody got that? Yeah, that's it.
I think that was Wisdom 7:5-4.
No. This right here.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 20. And we looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations.
First, meaning he's ahead of everyone else. All right? Who else got all these alphabet organizations that will actually jail you in some countries, cancel culture you, take your millions away, jack your bank account if you say something that they feel is offensive. All right? Think about it.
Said Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
And I always tell you, man, and they are going to perish forever. And they are the first. Most of these grocery stores, these high-rise buildings, all right, the jewelry district, the banks are all owned by Amalek. Regular Esau don't own those. You know, a few of them got money too. But when you get to the big money among them, it's Amalek.
That's right.
All right? Most of the apartment buildings, these gigantic apartment buildings and properties are owned by Amalek. All right? The Amalekites. And they're small among the rest of the Edomites. All right? And what it said, and they're going to perish without honor, and they're going to, read it again.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24, verse 20. And we looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Yep, he's going to perish forever, man. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakamudah.
Come, Yasharah.
Come, Yasharah.
Shalom, brother. Shalom, love you.
How you doing?
I'm hanging